This is a frightening combination of Damian Lillard with the ball and Yanis Antetokounmpo setting the high screen. As Dame goes through, you gotta stop the drive or the pull-up, which opens up this bounce pass, and Yanis on a roll like this is a death penalty for the opponents. If you don't want to give him that and you try to defend the pick and roll straight up, it's either going to be a 3-point bomb like this, or another scenario would be the guard trailing behind Dame, and in this 2-on-1 we got the lob and another dunk by the Greek Freak. Let me show you how the Bucks will look with Lillard and why the NBA is in trouble. Last season, Damian led the NBA by generating 12.5 points per game as the pick and roll ball handler. So points that came from his shots or assists in that action. And this is with guys like Jusuf Nurkic or Drew Eubanks as his partners. No disrespect to them, but they are light years away from Yanis. Speaking of him, Antetokounmpo will love the attention that Dame will draw from the opposing defense. The Greek Freak led the NBA last season in total points in the paint, and with Lillard opening up even more space for him to operate inside, Yanis will become virtually unstoppable. On this possession, watch how far the help comes from. Put Lillard up top and nobody is moving from the 3-point line, so Yanis can do his thing. Or this type of zone defense. There is 0% chance you leave a wide open shot from downtown to a sniper like Dame. This defense would be unusable against Milwaukee next season. Okay, we know he's a deadly shooter, but you need to see one underrated aspect of Lillard's game. For a guy that needs the ball, he's terrific at moving without it and will make the offense much more dynamic. Dame is great at recognizing when the defense is overplaying him and he just cuts to the basket for an easy one. Right here, we got the screen for him to curl into a handoff by Nurkic, and the defense is anticipating that, so the defender is fully behind him, ready to chase him down. But Damian just notices how the inside is completely empty, so instead he cuts, gets the pass, and lays it in. This is a similar play, only this time he's the screener. Again, sees the lane, cuts, and finishes. The combination of the defense being afraid of his 3-point shooting combined with the lightning quick acceleration that Dame has opens up a ton of easy layups for him, as you can see in these highlights. But he's also not lazy to work for a shot and run around the court coming off of screens in order to get open. Right here we got him down low setting a pick for Grant before sprinting back out to get one himself, and this is a wide open look, which of course he knocks it down. Again, this works not only for Lillard but for Yanis as well, since the focus will be on Dame running around and Antetokounmpo can have single coverage on him. As we've seen time and time again, nobody can stop Yanis one-on-one. And that's especially the case in transition. If Antetokounmpo gets a head of steam, he comes at you like a hurricane. The Greek Freak is the undisputed leader in transition points for each of the last 5 seasons. With that, the Bucks have been top 3 in 5 of the last 6 seasons. It was only last year that they dipped slightly to the number 9 spot. But with Lillard spraying out to the 3-point line, it's either going to be a knockdown shot by him or a clear lane for Yanis to take off. So I fully expect Milwaukee to not only get back to the top 3, but be the best transition team in the league this season. But all of that aside, we know that the most obvious downgrade of this trade is not on offense, but on the other end. Defensively, Lillard has always been below average, and the tracking data from B-Ball Index for last season confirms that. A lot of D's and F's here. It looks even worse when compared head-to-head to the guy that Milwaukee just lost in Drew Holiday. But anyone that watches the Bucks already knows that, and they also know that they play team defense. It wasn't just Drew, but also guys like Bobby Portis, Yanis, and especially Brook Lopez play a vital role defensively. I even made an entire video about Brook last season, and he finished 2nd in the Defensive Player of the Year voting. That's how great of a defender he is. What I'm trying to say is that the upside that the Bucks get from Dame on offense in terms of playmaking and shot making definitely makes up for what he gives up defensively. Plus, this is a perfect match stylistically, and the two guys seem to really like to play with each other. This is what Dame said in a GQ Sports video last year.
If you were to pick a player that would help you win a championship, who would you pick? I would pick Yanis. The way he plays complements the way I play. I would bring something to the table that complements what he does and vice versa.
At the same time, out of all the superstars at the All-Star game last season, Antetokounmpo picked Lillard with his very first pick in the draft.
My first pick gonna be Damian Lillard.
And for all this time, we haven't even mentioned Chris Middleton. This gives a lot of breathing room for him as well. He can pick his spots a bit more, and when he does that, Chris is deadly. Last year, he was blistering hot from mid-range, but only 31% from downtown. Hopefully, he comes back healthy this season after his knee surgery, and with the reduced pressure on him to score and carry the offense, I feel like he can be a real sniper this season from his favorite spots on the court. All in all, I see the Bucks as the clear favorites in the East, and they definitely got back among the title favorites with this move.